Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, thankful Thursday. Yes, that day of the week where we look at gratitude and how it plays an important role in our lives. So what are you most grateful for this week? I'm grateful for, let's see, since last Thursday, I finished the manifesting challenge on Friday, and I was grateful to be able to participate in that. And the fact that I can continue that practice throughout, even though I got a little lost, then I got an email from the person who runs the program, and now I have the tools to keep going. So I am grateful that I have those tools. I'm grateful for the, just for the brisk morning we had this morning. Oh, it's like 40 degrees Fahrenheit outside. That's single digits for those of you in Celsius. The highest single digits. And it was just a beautiful, brisk morning, and the sun had just come up, and we did not do the dog park today. I have figured out the way I'm going to get Zeffie going to the dog park every day is do morning one day, night the next day, morning, night, and just alternate it that way for a while. And then maybe look at switching the night ones down to a mornings or something like that. That'll keep her on her toes. That'll keep her on her toes. I know what I mean. But she slept all day yesterday. Even 5 o'clock came around, and normally at 5 o'clock when I'm wrapping up on the help chat for the day, she's down here whining at me saying, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Even if I'm still finishing off a chat, she's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And so I was sort of like, she didn't come out. She was, and I said to I was chatting with my co-workers, with my team members, and I said to them, I think I'm going to have to go wake her up to take her for a walk. And then she kind of sauntered out 15 minutes later, took one look at me and went back to bed. But I was grateful for the exercise she was able to get yesterday. And so that means too that if I take it tonight, hopefully she'll get all worn out from that again tonight, and she'll have a really good night's sleep. But yeah, so we've just come back from a nice brisk walk, both in temperature wise and in pace. So it was good to get out there, and my nose isn't as red as it was. That's good. I had my baseball cap on, I had the hoodie pulled up, keep the ears warm. It's very important to keep the ears warm because that cold air gets down into your ears, into the canals and stuff. And for me, it will cause ear infections and vertigo. And yeah, I'm useless to anybody. And you don't want to see me when I'm vertigo. I can't even handle a computer when I've got vertigo. It's just lay down, but the problem is with laying down, if you're laying down and there's some wind, that waving of the RV is like 10 times worse. So it's just like a very slow, very calm day, staying offline, not watching any TV or movies, can't really read anything. Basically, you're doing a day of literally nothing except staying still and breathing, because anything else you have to do, it's the whole head's going and you get dizzy and everything else, and that's not nice. So yeah, so whenever I'm out in cooler temperatures, especially if there's even a breeze, even if a breeze is blowing, my hat is up to protect my ears, taking every precaution I can. And you learn this over the years, is what precautions you need to take if you're going out for a walk. What do you need to do? And I do have ear warmers, but if I put the ear warmers on, I can't wear my earpiece and I can't listen to my audiobooks. So, and speaking of audiobooks, I am grateful for the series that I've been reading. I'm on to the final book that has been released to date. And I'm kind of a little sad that it's coming to an end, because I'm like, what series am I going to go on to next? And so, let's see. I think I'm going to do the Jack Noble series next. That's more action. Although this has been nice. It's been just like one of they call them. I think they call them like cozy mysteries, and it's actually been a really good series. The Misfortune Murder Mysteries. They are a great series. Absolutely hilarious. I wonder if I can get my pork pie. Oh, it's not the pork pie pandemic. What's the name of that guy? Arthur, with the dog Rex Harrison. Yeah, Arthur is. So I read the first book in the series, and that was really good. I mean, I was laughing. Like this series, I'm walking along, laughing out loud, chuckling to the antics there's these two older women who were counterintelligence during Vietnam, and then they've teamed up with the new young girl in town who was a CIA agent when she first arrived, but has since and she was an operative, so an assassin and all that sort of stuff. So field operative, assassin, all that sort of good stuff. And so the three of them have teamed up, and now they run a private investigation thing. And of course, the first few books, you're reading about her being the CIA, having to protect her cover and blah, 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 falling for the local deputy sheriff and having to keep that secret from him. And now that she's a citizen, she decided to become a private detective. And now her two older friends, Ida Bell and Gertie, help her out with her private investigation stuff. Always getting into police business. They say they won't, and they do. And you've got to be careful of Gertie's handbag. That thing is lethal. And I do mean lethal. They had an explosion. They had an explosion a couple of last book or the one before that, with a 5-pound bag of pink glitter. The bag blew up. It's all sorts of craziness, but it's a really, really good series. So now I need to find another series to follow on, because this is the last book of this series. I'm like, so maybe I'll just go for full-out action this time and do like the Jack Noble series. I may do that. That's a good one. I've done mainly all the Jack Reacher series, but I can't remember what the last book I read was. But I'll figure it out. I may do Arthur, who's a retired detective, inspector, constable. It all takes place in England. He was like one of the top ranking guys, and he wanted a dog to travel with, a service dog, and so he's ended up with a police dog, a fully trained police dog that got kicked out of the program because of his attitude, and the dog's name is Rex. And I read the first book. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. So I think I might see if I can get that one on audio series. We'll see. What is some of your favorite audiobooks that you like to listen to? Some of your favorites is, and when I am walking, I need fiction, not nonfiction. The problem with, unless it's a biography or an autobiography, then that's okay. And if it's read by the person the book is about. But usually when it comes to like the self-help, the development, the business mindset ones, I cannot listen to those unless I'm sitting here with pen and paper and taking notes, because nothing is worse than being in the middle of a walk with a dog. It's like, oh crap, I gotta take a note of that. And you're trying to control a dog while you're out walking. She's got smells going all over the place and everything else. So yeah, I don't listen to those ones when I'm walking or when I'm driving. Same reason. But I will quite happily listen to biographies and autobiographies, people's real life stories. Like I listened to the guy who did the Top Gun program, the founder of the Top Gun program. That was really cool. And he was not the one that read it though. But it kind of sounded like the guy the guy that they got to narrate it sounded like he actually could have done all of that stuff. So it's when you get the audiobooks, if the person needs to get the character or get the person the book is about and make it sound like it's the actual person talking. So, and this one, they did a really great job on that as far as, like, because of the way of his voice, his tone, putting the right emphasis in the right places and that sort of thing. It made it very, very interesting. So that was about the Top Gun. It's just called Top Gun. And it was about the guy that founded Top Gun. And how the whole program came around, how it was developed over the years, how the movie came about. So yeah, it was, and the guy who founded Top Program was one of the advisors on Top Gun, the movie. So even talking about that. So yeah, it was a great book, great story. And then there's, can't think of these guys' names. There were 2 Navy SEALs, and they were talking about their time over on deployment and stuff. And the 2 of them were working together. I think they were in the same unit. Yeah, they were in the same unit together, but they're good mates now. They've got a whole business going, help go and develop the businesses and stuff. But the thing I liked about their book, and the reason I listened to it, is that they would do, here's this real life situation that we went through while we were deployed, and these are the lessons that they kind of learned, or the stuff that they implemented while they were there to help make the situation easier, better, whatever. And then they took it into And so they took it from the real life story, then brought it over into how they incorporated it into a client of theirs for a company, for a client, and how those same principles worked. So it's taking stuff that they learned while they were serving and deployed and showing how those same techniques they learned as a SEAL could be applied to business. And they would give you a business, basically give you a case study. So that was a really cool way. And they did and they each did a chapter each. They'll go backwards and forwards on the chapters. And that was a really good book. And that was, I think that's Extreme Leadership. Yeah, I think that was that one, Extreme Leadership. It was really, really good the way that they did that one. Anyway, I've rabbited it on long enough. I got to go. Got to get ready for my meeting in a few minutes. So have a super fantastic, sparkling, thankful Thursday. Be grateful in all situations today. And look back over the week. What are you most grateful for that happened to you? What experience did you go through this week? Even if it was a bad experience, what can you take away from that and be grateful for? Like, for example, yesterday at the dog park with that guy who had the slightly aggressive dog and was teaching the dog to stalk and intercept and all of that sort of stuff with other dogs, mainly Zephy yesterday. And it upset me. But the thing I took away from it was I was grateful because she got a lot of exercise in. And it was a good way to get her running because, from the moment we hit the park, she's trotting around the park the entire time we're there. She may take like a 30-minute break and lay down or stand still while she drinks some water. But she likes to run around with the other dogs. So the good part, the bit I'm grateful for yesterday is that she got a lot of exercise. She wasn't hurt, but she got a lot of exercise and she got a lot of exercise out of it. So I'm grateful for that. Because then she slept not that she slept all day, but I'm grateful she got the exercise. So that was the good that came out of an awkward situation. But anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic, sparkling day. Remember to be grateful in all things, and we'll catch you guys back here later on this evening. Hey, konera.